Good morning, gun nuts. I'm Nathan, and this is the Reloading Press. Welcome to a very special video on my Hornady Lock and Load AP 3D printed case feeder. Measuring Grains, a good buddy on the Reloaders Network, sent me this 3D printed case feeder many months back, several months back, and I've been wanting to work on it since. During the summer, as you guys know, I haven't exactly put out a lot of videos. I've been busy doing other stuff, which is a big cop-out for I made other priorities instead of just, reloading and stuff like that. That stuff I wanted to do. Times are kind of clearing out. I'm finding a little bit more time and a little bit more energy and motivation to get back to reloading and shooting. And this was one of the first things I wanted to get done. So, as you can see, I do have the whole thing together. And it does operate. This is working like a champ. I've got everything pretty well adjusted how I like it. There was a couple things I changed. I went by the video hand load of Fun to put my my case feeder together, and he had this piece, the collator and the tubes, like this high off of the bracket. I have no idea why I did that. So I brought that back down. It just made more sense. Instead of having a drop tube connect from here to here, just make it straight. I don't understand that. The video also doesn't have the brace that comes across the backside here, which I'll show you in a little bit. We'll come in close in a minute. And Measuring Grains Big sent me the one, made the brace and everything as well. So it's really, really stable. It doesn't have, it came with the foot brace that goes underneath here, but as you can see, I've got mine on an inline fabrication junior mount, and there's not really a way to mount that. And I'm not going to make some kind of contraption to come down from here down to the bench. And as you saw with those couple pulls, it works fine without it. So if you're worried about that, don't be. And when you have the brace and everything, it works really well. If you have a point where sometimes it gets a little bit, where it feels like it's got like a hitch in it, I took a little bit of Hornady Unique Case Lube and just kind of run over the slider here, and that lubed everything up, and it went back to working extremely smooth. I just got this together tonight, guys, so I've been playing with it and really, really, really enjoying it. I can't thank Mig enough. I don't know what possessed him to be so nice to me. He also sent me a bullet feeder, an RCBS bullet feeding die and tube for 45 ACP. So once I get this all together and I get, more than just an hour to mess with it, and I get it all running, I will be fully automated 45 ACP. Like, not having to touch anything, just pull the handle and out spits a bullet until I have to switch my my tubes. That's huge. That's crazy to me. I never thought I was ever going to be there, and Mig's really made that happen. So, Measuring Grains, I really appreciate it, buddy. I know you're probably freezing your butt off up there in the up at the cabin doing some hunting and stuff. So, I got a kit from a website called Reloading Mounts, reloadingmounts.com, that had the screws and the hardware. I'm moderately pleased with it. What I mean by that is some of the screws were probably a little too long, some of them might be a little bit too short. Some of them, like the screws for this, I was impressed that it came with the right screws for the brace, but they're not really substantial enough to go into the plastic and hold, so you have to be really, really careful. And if you're not able to snug them down, then the brace isn't going to work all that right well. So if you want to get a good idea and you don't want to try to have to scour your hardware stores for to find the parts, this is a great thing. They also sell the 3D printed contraption and a lot of other things, such as a multi-tube bullet feeder for the Hornady bullet feeding die. So they have a lot of different things. It's reloadingmounts.com. I didn't get anything for free. I haven't even talked to the guy. So it took about a week and a couple days for it to get here by mail. I'm relatively happy with it. Like I said, I wanted to get it in. Guys, let's come in and I'll give you a little bit better close-up of this machine and see how it works. Alright guys, Reloaders Network. This is where Measuring Greens, this is where I hang out. 243 Outdoors, a lot of guys. West Desert Shooter, a lot of really good guys that are reloading and shooting and into the shooting sports and are laid back. The Reloaders Network, great place to go. You can also get these cards. Let me see here if you can. Yep. Alright, so reloading data cards from the reloadersnetwork.com. They're extraordinarily handy because you can just throw them in your box and they're not stickers, so you don't have to tear the old ones off or put new ones on top of new ones on top of new ones. And they're like they're really like inexpensive, and they help the site and they help everything run. So in a world in which we're battling with YouTube pulling off content, the Reloaders Network is a great place to go to get your reload network or reloading content, because stuff is always posted over there. If, for instance, I have a video that gets bounced off of YouTube, it's going to be on YouTube. Well, you might not be in my YouTube, but if you're on the Reloaders Network, you're going to see that because I'm going to have it uploaded to that. So without further ado, the Hornady LNL AP 3D printed case feeder. That's a lot of words in a row, isn't it? As you can see, I use Lee drop tubes, and this is the collator dish is actually one that Mig made, and it works fine. You put your brass in there, you shake the thing around, and they all go down the right way. It's freaking magic. You have a slider piece here that picks up your tube or your brass. It's got a spring in there, so it naturally wants to stay in this back position. When you pull your handle, this makes contact with that slider, pushes that brass over into the hole. The hole drops down into a little bit of a drop tube, which I need to make. Made it out of plastic, the lid of a Hillshire Farms lunch meat box. So whatever you can make it out of, or another piece of tube. Then on your way back down, there's a groove right here. This thing has a peg. It rides in the groove, comes around, pushes your case home, and back it goes. And you can even run this thing slowly and it works. The only problem I have at all with anything is that my 45 shell plate has a hitch in it. One hole isn't very good. I don't know why. I need to replace it. It's been like that since I got it. I tried to use my #1 shell plate and it wouldn't eject worth a darn. So, but as you can see, it works good. Even if you go quick with it, it works fine. The reason that's not ejecting the shells is because they're empty, and usually, with an ejected case, they're gonna have bullets and stuff in them. Keeping this little piece adjusted is, I found, to be the hardest part of this whole thing, because it tends to want to move around a little bit, and when it does, it can make the whole thing a little bit cattywampus. Yeah, guys, this thing works like a champ. I'm very, very happy with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and watch this whole thing in its progressive majesty. One thing I wanted to mention to you is the Lee bullet, or the Lee case feed tubes hold 70 45 ACPs if you're interested. And these, which are the tubes for the RCBS bullet feeder, hold about 25 200 grain semi-wad cutters. Yeah, I think they could probably hold a little bit more than that, but as you can see, once it's on there, you could probably put a couple more in there, but 25 is a good round number. I got 50 loaded up in here. I've got 25 there. Got 50 primers in. Got 25 here for the next tube. It's the first time I've tried this, so I guess let's go ahead and see how this works. Yeah, I'm going slow because I haven't tried it like this before, so. This is really kind of, honestly guys, this is a little kind of, this is odd to me. You know? Watching all this stuff kind of working in concert, doing its job. Alright guys, so I really appreciate you coming in to see this special episode. It's not exactly an unboxing, and it's not exactly an assembly. There are assembly videos available. I decided not to do one because I didn't really know what I was doing. And I don't want to disassemble and reassemble this thing a lot because of the way it works. I didn't want to strip out any kind of any of the holes or anything. So now that I got it together, it's pretty well going to stay together. But I appreciate you coming out. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. I'll see you when I see you. Later.